Ladies and gentlemen, the first ever Australian-born Super Bowl champion, punter for the Seattle Seahawks, Michael Dickson.
Yeah.
What's up, lad?
What up?
Hey.
How we doing?
Congratulations, man. Genuine.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, because you obviously have been somebody I think that a lot of Australians have been inspired by whenever they come over to kick in America, but also American kickers and punters realizing what's possible with a football. So you getting a chance to experience the flowers, and then in the biggest game that you've ever had, having one of your best games you've ever had, and I'm saying one of them, I don't know where you would rank it, I think is special, brother. You're good for the game. You need to know that as a whole, Michael.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate it. No, it's a blessing. I love being able to help the team out and get the defense rallying around me when I pin it deep. You know, it's a crazy feeling.
Tell me about Jason Myers. Obviously, tell me about your game, your entire special teams group. Feels like McDonald really cares. Feels like there's been real investment. I think they've invested in every asset or aspect of special teams. Can you tell me about the culture a little bit and how they treat the third phase?
Yeah, for sure. Mike definitely prioritizes it, gives us our time. We meet. Jay Harbaugh is a genius and, you know, puts a lot of trust into our guys to execute some of our schemes. And Jay Meyer obviously setting the record and just he's a robot. The attention to details that he has, it's pretty crazy to see. And I'm so happy that he was able to ball out yesterday.
Yeah, amen. Here's a stat from Hembo that we got about your entire special teams. We have a special teams efficiency dating back 20 years since 2006. This Seahawks unit, 75.8 on 0 to 100 score, scored the highest by any Super Bowl champion during that time. Great defense, phenomenal special teams. Don't turn the ball over. Feels like old school football out there. Can you describe McDonald a little bit? Obviously, you were with Pete Carroll for a while. Obviously, you're from Australia, live in Seattle, I think, now for most of your life as opposed to just down in Texas. Can you tell me about how life changes when McDonald gets in there as the head coach for you and for the team as a whole?
Yeah. So obviously Pete was the oldest, you know, coach in the league when he was here, and then we got Mike, and he was the youngest, and Mike came in, and he was just himself and genuine, and he came in and told us like, hey guys, like I'm gonna do my thing, and I believe in you guys. And he it's been so fun to play with him just because, you know, he's so well read, and he thinks about every aspect of the game, and it's been so cool, and we've learned a lot from him as I did with Pete.
AJ has a question for you, champ.
Yeah, Michael, I guess, what about you personally? How did you feel yesterday riding to the stadium, getting out there pregame? Did you feel something special in the air? Did you feel some electricity that your team was gonna find a way to get this win?
Yeah, I mean, all week the guys were super chill. We had meetings at the hotel on game day before we headed over, and everyone was chill. So I knew that we were going to come out with some swag and do our thing, and yeah, we did it. I mean, this group is super confident and laid back. We got a pretty young team, and they didn't shy away from the moment.
So when you're hitting balls in warm-ups, you know? Or how long? Have you ever had bad warm-up? When was the last time you had bad warm-up going into game?
No, I don't really have a bad warm-up. I feel like I'm pretty much just got my routine down, and yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, you put that 51 yards on the sideline. And by the way, having Tirico as the commentator for you, great news. Because early in I don't know how much you've heard, early in the game, Tirico giving you your flowers, like a lot of people saying this guy's best in the league. I mean, this is what it is. Then boom, inside the 5. Then you have backed up punt, bang, 51 yards on the sideline, no return. Like Tirico gives love. And also the game was very boring. I mean, you're talking about like 10 punts in 12 possessions. It was like you were the highlight there for a while, and Tirico was showcasing it. You're good for ball, man. You really are.
I love it.
You're going to take the Lombardi back to Australia. We saw Robert Irwin try to tackle an American crocodile on our show. I don't know if you saw that. He did the American death roll. You're going to have to check it out on the flight.
Wow.
Yeah, but Australia hosting game, obviously big deal. You taking Lombardi back there, and what are your kind of thoughts on Australia getting more invested in the NFL, which we are very pumped for?
Oh, I love it. The game's going to be a sellout. There's going to be 100,000 people there. It's going to be the Rams 49ers. Hopefully, the season after this one, the Seahawks get out there and play in Sydney or something. That would be that'd be a dream come true because the game has grown so much. It's been really cool to watch.
All right, we have a top 5 coming out of the Super Bowl as well that we need to hit. You know, AJ, we've been doing this every single Monday all season. Have to do it for Super Overreaction Monday, although we felt like the game was probably going to take, both hours of conversation. We had to at least have our top 5 headlines coming out of Super Bowl. AJ, number 5. Super special teams. Myers and Dixon pitch perfect game. Nothing really else needs to be said. Both historic in their own ways, both historic in their own jobs, and both a necessity to the Seahawks winning a Super Bowl. AJ, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'd say if you did not think that special teams, especially the punt, is a gigantic piece of football, you saw that last night, obviously being perfect on field goals, but the punts just absolutely hamstring that Patriots offense. They had such a long field all night long.
Jason Myers becomes first player in the history of ball to go more than 200 points in a season, including the playoffs. Shout out to him. He might be on pace to maybe pass Vinny in about 15 years.
Wow. Maybe.
He has a chance. He never misses, this guy. But once again, he's in Seattle, so nobody really talks about him. And then Dixon being able to do what he did, he becomes the only punter this century to have 2 punts pinned inside the 5 in the Super Bowl or whatever. Huge, absolutely huge game for both of them. Let's go to number 4. The sun rose today. Drake May. It's not over. He's 23 years old. He did look like that Seahawks defense did that to a lot of quarterbacks. I think he learns from this and moves forward. Connor, your thoughts on the sun coming up today?
Yeah, no doubt about it. Use it as fuel, I think, is what his message was to the rest of the team in the locker room last night. With Mike Vrabel there as well, I think they'll be just fine.
Yeah, and let's also remember, number 3 headline, AJ, he's a rookie, and he had torn MCL. Okay, Will Campbell's supposed to be anchoring. He's 22 years old. He had torn MCL, was in the Super Bowl. He was getting bodied a little bit. I think it's going to fuel him if anything we know about him is actual. Seems to be a dog. I'm excited for him this offseason.
Yeah, and people are very matter-of-factly saying they're moving him inside. Let's give him an offseason, maybe lift some weights, get a little stronger here, and then we'll see what happens.
Number 2 headline, Dark Side Domination. Is the next dynasty actually up in Seattle, AJ? Were we wrong about the coast?
I mean, I think it's definitely possible. I know Shefty said they have some decisions they have to make. If they can keep this core intact, there's no reason why this Seattle Seahawks team can't be great for the next 5-8 years.
Incredible players, but McDonald will be able to find those for his system, you think?
Yeah,
and so will Schneider?
Young players, I'm sure they'll pay the right ones, but the most important hiring is going to be the next OC. Sam Darnold.
Yep. And John Schneider went with the offense with Russell Wilson as opposed to Legion of Boom. What do they do this time with a defensive head coach whenever they have to make those decisions? We shall see. And number 1, Darnold and McDonald, a match made by the football gods. Congratulations to them both, changing narratives so quickly overnight about themselves. Sam Darnold, hey, Super Bowl champion, Sam.
That's right.
Congrats.
Mike McDonald, Super Bowl champion. Congratulations, boys. You can win the biggest game on earth. You can win the Super Bowl. You're both certified. Seahawks are legit. We can't thank football enough for what it did for us this season.